Hey guys, it's me again. Um, this is a shorter blah, blah, shorter video review of The Lovely Bones by Alice Sebold. I did one that was a little over 10 minutes, so YouTube won't let me upload it. So if you want to watch the longer, more informational video about this book, and it also has no spoilers, but about this book, get on our YA Fiction Freaks Facebook page, and I am going to upload it to Facebook because Facebook takes over 10-minute videos. So, but I'm just going to do a real quick one on here. I wanted to tell you about that. Like I said, if you want more about this book, not spoilers, but just more of my thoughts on this book, go to our Facebook page and check it out. It will be on there. But because I have to do this in 10 minutes, I just want to give you the skivvies on this book, in my opinion. The Lovely Bones. I give it 3 stars because I did like the story, but I like my fantasy. There's no vampires, no werewolves, no witches, no wizards, no superpowers, nothing in this book like that. It's a drama, and it's real. Granted, and this isn't a spoiler, it tells you right off, the first sentence in the book, the girl was murdered. My name was Salmon, like the fish. First name Susie. I was 14 when I was murdered on December 6, 1973. This book, it surprised me. It goes all the way through 1973 to 10 years later. So it's basically, the whole book is 10 years of Susie watching what her family goes through. So, to deal with her death. And for me, it was a slow read, but I gave it a 3 stars because I did enjoy the story. I'm glad I read it. I saw the movie first, and I was really upset because the movie gives you no closure at all. The book actually did. So I didn't, I did like the read. It was good, but yet it just wasn't really compelling like to make me read it. 2 warnings I want to, or one more. Why do I keep saying 2 warnings? One warning I want to give is that don't read it late at night before you go to bed. Don't read it in the dark because it's disturbing. Even though it talks in the first chapter, second chapter, it talks about her murder, what happened, kind of, and who did it. You already know who did it right off. It's still throughout the almost said the movie, throughout the book, which when I read a book, I do see it as a movie, so, but throughout the book, it's, talks about it a lot, but it's just disturbing to think that, these things really do happen, and it does have a fantasy element in a way, not enough for me, actually, but, what her heaven is, but, the author goes into, like, describing way too much, I think, in this book, and drags this out so much, but she didn't really describe. I couldn't really picture what this heaven was that Susie was in. She calls it the in-between. So, and another thing, I've got to get into this YouTube review. In case you don't, go to Facebook and watch my longer version. I've got to show you this. I'm not going to read it to you. I actually read it in my longer version, but this right here, I own this book, so it's okay that I wrote in it. Longest sentence in the world. We're talking the world. That's where it starts. And that, see my underlining? That is one sentence. One sentence. No periods. One sentence. And there's not any very much conversation in this whole book. And I love characters and conversation. That's why one thing I love about Twilight. This book just kind of talks about what everybody's doing, what they're all, just things that they're doing. And some of these sentences are so long that I'm like, what the heck did I just read? What? Who's doing this? What's going on? So, and it lost me a little bit about who really sees Susie, who doesn't, because she says that she can't let people, she can't have people see her. She doesn't have the capability to do that. But then it does say something about people seeing her. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. But it, I just hate supper. Sorry. But, it's confusing because, like, did they see her? Did they not see her? But I did like the story. I was glad I read it. If you're not a big-time fantasy person and you like more of a drama kind of read that's a little bit intriguing and a little different as far as, her heaven and that kind of stuff, I think it's worth the read. I'm glad I read it. I'm definitely glad I read it after seeing the movie, because the movie just kind of leaves you like, what? And the movie makes you think that the family didn't know anything about how her death happened or anything, and the book goes into it a lot more. So that's my quick short review. 3 stars. Check it out, and happy reading, guys.